Get ready, coin collectors and history buffs alike, because today we're diving into a treasure trove of American history you've been holding in your pockets without even knowing it. These aren't just pennies. They're rare, valuable, and full of secrets that could turn an ordinary coin collection into a gold mine. We're counting down the top 5 rare and most valuable Lincoln pennies, revealing their history, design, hidden errors, market value, and why collectors are going wild for them. Stick around, because the first 2 coins on our list might just make you rethink every penny you've ever seen. 1970 Lincoln Penny 1-cent coin. The 1970 Lincoln penny is a fascinating coin that sits at a crossroads in the history of one of America's most famous coin series. By 1970, the Lincoln cent had been in continuous production for 62 years, a symbol of Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy, but also a platform for a variety of minting experiments, subtle errors, and design variations that collectors now hunt for obsessively. The coin's obverse bears the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, a design that has endured more than a century. Lincoln's profile, solemn and dignified, is framed by the word liberty to his left and the date to his right. Above his head sits the motto, "In God We Trust," a fixture of American coinage that underscores the nation's historical values and the era in which the cent was designed. The reverse of the 1970 Lincoln cent continues the wheat ears design, which had been in use since 1909. 2 stalks of wheat frame the coin, a nod to America's agricultural heritage and the economy of the early 20th century. Between these stalks lies the denomination 1 cent, and above it, United States of America, while the motto E Pluribus Unum arches gracefully above the denomination. This reverse design remained in circulation until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse, but certain special strikes in 1970 retained features that collectors find significant. The 1970 Lincoln penny had a mintage that is deceptively high, with over 6 billion coins struck across all U.S. mints that year. Despite this, certain variations and mint errors make select coins extraordinarily rare. Collectors focus on identifying key characteristics that distinguish the ordinary from the extraordinary. One of the most notable features for 1970 pennies is the small date versus large date varieties at the Philadelphia Mint, where subtle differences in the numerals can dramatically affect collector value. In some cases, coins with a small date can command several times the price of standard issues. Errors are particularly fascinating in 1970 cents. Double die obverse, where Lincoln's features or the date appear doubled due to misalignment during the striking process, are among the most sought after by numismatists. Other errors include repunched mint marks, particularly on coins struck at the Denver Mint. For example, a 1970 D Lincoln cent with a repunched D mint mark, where the mint mark appears to have been struck twice slightly off-center, can bring hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on condition. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks are additional errors that collectors actively pursue. Each of these anomalies tells a story of the minting process and the machines that shaped these coins, transforming ordinary pennies into treasures. Condition and grade are crucial for determining market value. A circulated 1970 penny in fine condition may only carry a value slightly above face, perhaps $2 to $3, but in uncirculated mint state, the same coin can fetch $20 to $50 or more. Exceptional specimens with perfect surfaces, strong luster, and clear strike details can exceed $100, particularly if they also possess notable error features or rare varieties. Certification by a recognized grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, further elevates value, offering collectors confidence that they hold a genuine, premium specimen. The 1970 Lincoln penny is also a favorite among collectors because it represents an era of transition in the United States Mint. Technological improvements in die preparation and striking methods were being tested, and the coins from this period reflect subtle differences in metallic composition, luster, and design sharpness. Copper-nickel-clad cents were becoming more common, and the penny stood at the intersection of traditional minting techniques and modern efficiency. Collector interest is fueled not only by rarity and errors, but also by historical significance. Holding a 1970 Lincoln penny connects one to the broader narrative of American currency, Lincoln's legacy, and the intricate process of coin production. Many collectors enjoy creating registry sets, aiming to obtain small date and large date variations, multiple mint marks, and error coins, creating a comprehensive collection that documents both artistry and chance. Beyond the minting details, the 1970 penny has also captured the attention of online marketplaces and auction houses, where notable examples have achieved remarkable prices. Coins with rare die varieties, exceptional condition, or unique toning patterns frequently appear in major auctions, often attracting competitive bidding from both seasoned collectors and casual enthusiasts. Natural toning, a patina that develops over decades, can enhance visual appeal, with subtle reds, browns, and even hints of gold or green adding character to a coin that has survived half a century or more. 1971 Lincoln Penny 1-cent coin. Moving on to the 1971 Lincoln penny, we enter a year that represents continuity, but also subtle innovation in the Lincoln cent series. By 1971, the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, had become firmly established. The obverse remains the enduring profile of Abraham Lincoln, a design so iconic that it has barely changed since 1909. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial itself, an architectural depiction engraved by Frank Gasparo, capturing every column and shadow with remarkable detail. Between the columns, if observed closely, the words E pluribus unum and the denomination 1 cent appear, a detail that adds realism and historical accuracy to the coin. The inclusion of the memorial connects collectors to Lincoln's enduring influence on American society, as well as the symbolism of unity and freedom that the memorial embodies. Mintage for 1971 pennies was extensive, with over 8 billion coins struck across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making the series highly common in general circulation. Yet, as with the 1970 cent, rare varieties and mint errors elevate certain examples to collector status. One of the most significant for 1971 pennies is the doubled die obverse, a phenomenon where doubling of the date or lettering occurs due to die misalignment. This type of error is highly sought after because it creates a visually striking effect that stands out immediately to a trained eye. 1971 D pennies, in particular, include a variety of subtle differences that can dramatically affect value. For example, some coins exhibit minor die cracks along the memorial columns, or weak strikes that enhance the appearance of the doubled die. Others include repunched mint marks, where the D from the Denver mint was struck more than once, leaving an overlapping impression that is a telltale sign of rarity. These errors are not just manufacturing defects. They are historical fingerprints, snapshots of the mint's operation during the early 1970s. Condition again plays a crucial role. A circulated 1971 penny in fine condition may only be worth a few dollars, slightly more than face value, but a higher-grade uncirculated specimen can command significantly more. Coins graded MS 63 or higher, particularly those with attractive luster and strong strike detail, often reach $30 to $50 in market value. Exceptional examples with documented errors or rare varieties can fetch hundreds or even over $1,000 at auction. Collectors actively seek these coins because they offer a combination of accessibility, historical depth, and investment potential. Historical context enhances collector interest as well. The early 1970s were a time of social and economic change in the United States. The penny itself, a coin of modest intrinsic value, became a vehicle for reflecting American identity. Lincoln, as a symbol of integrity and leadership, provided a constant presence on the obverse, while the memorial reverse linked each coin to the enduring principles of liberty and national unity. Collectors often feel a personal connection to coins from this era, as they were widely circulated during significant cultural and political moments in modern U.S. history. The 1971 Lincoln penny also offers opportunities for registry set enthusiasts. Collectors aim to assemble complete sets with both Philadelphia and Denver mint marks, as well as any notable errors or varieties. Eye appeal, strike quality, and toning all contribute to the desirability of individual coins. Naturally toned examples with rich brown or reddish hues are often prized over dull, worn pieces, even if they show minor circulation wear. In addition to registry and error collecting, The 1971 Lincoln penny has become a popular subject in online coin forums, auction houses, and collector groups. Coins with verified doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or unusual toning patterns attract competitive bidding, and experienced collectors track market trends carefully to identify undervalued specimens. Because of this dynamic, even a coin that appears ordinary at first glance can surprise its owner with significant value if it contains subtle rarities. The 1971 cent, much like its 1970 predecessor, is a perfect example of how even widely circulated coins can harbor hidden treasures. While billions were minted, the natural attrition of circulation, combined with collectors selectively preserving rare varieties, ensures that well-preserved coins remain increasingly scarce. This scarcity, coupled with historical and aesthetic appeal, maintains strong collector interest decades later. Overall, the 1971 Lincoln penny is not just a 1-cent coin. It is a piece of American history, a testament to the enduring Lincoln cent series, and a vehicle for understanding minting practices, error identification, and collector psychology. The coin's combination of iconic design, subtle variations, and potential rarity makes it a must-have for serious collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. Holding a 1971 penny is holding a small piece of history, a tangible connection to the Lincoln legacy, and a reminder that even the smallest coin can carry immense significance in the world of numismatics. 1972 Lincoln Penny 1-cent coin. The 1972 Lincoln penny represents a fascinating moment in the Lincoln cent series, a coin that, at first glance, seems ordinary but is packed with numismatic significance for collectors and historians alike. By 1972, the Lincoln cent had been a mainstay of American coinage for over 6 decades, bridging generations with the enduring visage of President Abraham Lincoln on its obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on its reverse. This coin, produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, was struck during a period of technological transition and experimentation at the United States Mint, a factor that would give rise to subtle varieties and errors highly prized by collectors. The obverse retains the classic Lincoln profile, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, an image so iconic that it has become synonymous with the 1-cent denomination itself. Lincoln's dignified profile, with carefully sculpted cheek and jawlines, is framed by the inscription Liberty to the left and the date 1972 to the right. Above Lincoln's head, In God We Trust crowns the composition, reinforcing both historical and cultural continuity. While the design is familiar to anyone who has handled pennies in everyday life, the subtle details, such as the depth of the strike on Lincoln's hair, the clarity of the lettering, and the exact shape of the numerals, are where collectors focus to identify variations and rarities. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo introduced in 1959. By 1972, this reverse had been in continuous circulation for over a decade, symbolizing national unity and commemorating Lincoln's 150th birth anniversary. The memorial's columns, intricate engravings, and the depiction of the statue of Lincoln between them are crisp and detailed in well-struck examples, while weaker strikes may show flattened columns and letters. The inscriptions United States of America and 1 cent frame the design, while E Pluribus Unum appears prominently above the memorial. Even subtle differences in the spacing of letters, column thickness, or relief height can significantly influence collector interest and value. Mintage numbers for 1972 pennies were substantial, reflecting the ongoing need for circulating coinage in a growing economy. Philadelphia produced over 3.7 billion coins, while the Denver Mint struck approximately 1.2 billion. At first glance, these high numbers suggest rarity is impossible, but the story is far more nuanced. Collectors seek specific die varieties, doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and other anomalies that occur infrequently despite large mintages. One of the most significant aspects of the 1972 Lincoln penny is the doubled die obverse, DDO, particularly on Philadelphia minted coins. Here, doubling may appear on the date, the word Liberty, or the motto In God We Trust, creating a visually striking effect that immediately captures attention. Errors are a cornerstone of 1972 penny collecting. Doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and die cracks occur as a result of the minting process, which, despite advances in technology, relied on human oversight and mechanical alignment. Coins with prominent doubling of the date or lettering, especially those that are well-centered and in high grade, can command prices in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Repunched mint marks, such as the D from Denver being struck twice, produce a layered impression that is instantly recognizable to experienced collectors. Other anomalies include clipped planchets, where part of the coin's edge is missing, and lamination errors, in which the metal surface peels or flakes due to flaws in the planchet. Each of these variations adds depth to the narrative of a coin's creation and enhances its collectible appeal. Condition and grading play an essential role in the market value of 1972 pennies. Circulated coins in fine to very fine condition may range from a few dollars above face value, but uncirculated mint state examples, especially those graded MS 63 or higher, can reach $20 to $100. Exceptionally well-preserved examples exhibiting rare double dies, prominent mint errors, or attractive toning can exceed $500 in private sales and auctions. Coins that display natural red coloration, often described as red or red-brown in numismatic terms, are particularly prized. Such coloration occurs when copper surfaces retain their original hue without excessive oxidation or handling, making the coin visually stunning in addition to historically significant. Collector interest in the 1972 Lincoln penny is multifaceted. Beyond monetary value, enthusiasts are drawn to the subtlety of its varieties, the narrative of the mint's production processes, and the historical context of the early 1970s. The era was marked by social change, economic challenges, and technological advancements in manufacturing, all reflected in small ways on these humble coins. Many collectors pursue registry sets, aiming to capture coins from both Philadelphia and Denver, as well as any notable error or variety. This allows collectors to document the full spectrum of the 1972 penny series, blending artistry, history, and numismatic curiosity into a cohesive collection. In auction markets and online collector circles, the 1972 Lincoln penny continues to show strong demand. Coins with prominent double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes often draw competitive bidding. Even circulated examples with excellent eye appeal or rare color variations can attract attention. This ongoing interest ensures that, despite its large original mintage, select coins from 1972 remain highly collectible and retain strong investment potential. Holding one of these pennies, especially a rare or well-preserved example, is more than holding currency. It is holding a slice of American history and a tangible connection to the craftsmanship and challenges of coin production in the 1970s. 1973 Lincoln Penny 1-cent coin. The 1973 Lincoln penny marks another chapter in the storied Lincoln cent series. Like its predecessors, it features Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but closer inspection reveals subtle variations, errors, and production characteristics that make select coins from this year highly desirable among collectors. By 1973, the Lincoln Memorial reverse had been in circulation for over a decade, and the penny had firmly cemented its status as an everyday emblem of American currency, yet also a canvas for intriguing numismatic phenomena. The obverse retains the classic Brenner design of Lincoln's profile, with Liberty to the left, the date 1973 to the right, and "I in God We Trust" arching above. Subtle details, such as the depth of Lincoln's jawline, the contour of his hair, and the precise relief of the letters, are key areas that determine collector value. In particular, small variances in the numerals of the date, differences in height, thickness, or alignment, can distinguish standard coins from rare varieties. The reverse, with the Lincoln Memorial engraved by Frank Gasparo, is rich in architectural detail. Each column, the depiction of the statue of Lincoln, and the inscriptions United States of America, 1 cent, and E pluribus unum are areas collectors examine for die doubling, weak strikes, or other anomalies. While circulation where can obscure these details, coins in higher grades reveal remarkable intricacy, demonstrating the mint's skill in balancing mass production with design fidelity. 1973 pennies were produced in immense quantities, over 4.5 billion at Philadelphia and approximately 1.3 billion at Denver. These numbers ensure that common coins are abundant, but rarity is created through errors and specific varieties. The most notable for 1973 pennies is the double die obverse, especially on Philadelphia minted coins, where the date, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty" may appear doubled. Such coins are highly collectible, commanding premiums based on the clarity of the doubling and the coin's overall condition. Errors in 1973 pennies include repunched mint marks, where the D from Denver or the P from Philadelphia appears layered due to misalignment, off-center strikes, creating partial images, and die cracks, which manifest as raised lines or ridges on the coin's surface. Clipped planchets, lamination errors, and other striking anomalies also appear in limited numbers, providing fertile ground for collectors to identify coins with unique characteristics. Each error tells a story of production, mechanical pressure, and the slight imperfections inherent in minting billions of coins. Condition remains central to value. Circulated 1973 pennies may be worth only a few dollars, but uncirculated examples graded MS 63 or higher, particularly with rare error features or attractive toning, can command prices from $20 to $100. Exceptional double die examples or coins with prominent repunched mint marks can fetch hundreds, and in rare cases, top-tier auction prices can exceed $1,000. Eye appeal, luster, and color all factor heavily into collector decisions. Coins retaining original red or red-brown coloration are particularly coveted. Collector interest in the 1973 penny extends beyond monetary considerations. Many enthusiasts are drawn to the combination of historical context, minting technology, and the challenge of identifying rare varieties. The early 1970s were a time of economic shifts and social change, reflected subtly in coinage. The penny, though small in monetary value, carries an outsized presence in the story of American numismatics. Collectors often aim to assemble comprehensive sets that include both Philadelphia and Denver issues, all known error types, and examples in varying degrees of preservation, creating a detailed record of production and survival. The 1973 Lincoln penny is also popular in online auctions, coin shows, and collector forums. Coins exhibiting double dies, repunched mint marks, or rare toning often attract significant bidding competition. Even circulated coins with eye-catching surfaces or well-centered designs can exceed typical market expectations, reinforcing the notion that rarity is as much about quality, condition, and collector perception as it is about mintage numbers. Ultimately, the 1973 Lincoln penny demonstrates how a seemingly ordinary 1-cent coin can reveal hidden complexity. Its design, production characteristics, errors, and condition all contribute to a rich narrative that numismatists treasure. Holding a well-preserved 1973 penny connects the collector to over 60 years of Lincoln cent history, showcasing both the art of coinage and the subtle ways in which chance and production quirks create lasting value. 1974 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin. The 1974 Lincoln penny is often overlooked by casual collectors, yet it represents a fascinating moment in the history of the Lincoln cent series, combining the endurance of an iconic design with subtle variations and minting anomalies that have made certain examples highly prized in numismatic circles. By 1974, the Lincoln cent had been in continuous production for 65 years, a testament to Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy and the lasting appeal of Victor David Brenner's 1909 portrait. This coin, while widely circulated, contains hidden stories of minting experimentation, rare errors, and varieties that elevate specific specimens from ordinary currency to sought-after collectibles. On the obverse, the coin retains Lincoln's dignified profile, facing right, framed by Liberty to the left, and the date 1974 to the right. Above his head, "In God We Trust" arches across the top of the coin, a constant in American coinage for decades. While this design may seem familiar to anyone who has handled pennies over the last century, subtle details, such as the depth of Lincoln's cheek, the definition of his hair strands, and the spacing and alignment of the letters, become critical for collectors seeking rare varieties. Even slight differences in the numerals of the date, such as height, spacing, or strike sharpness, can distinguish a common penny from a rare one. The reverse of the 1974 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo in 1959, a design that was now firmly established in circulation. The memorial itself is depicted with remarkable detail. The columns, steps, and interior statue are all elements that collectors examine closely. The inscriptions United States of America and 1 cent frame the memorial, while E pluribus unum appears above it. Subtle variations in letter thickness, alignment, and spacing can signal a particular die variety or error, and coins in high grades display the full clarity of Gasparo's intricate engraving. Mintage numbers for the 1974 penny were substantial, reflecting the ongoing demand for circulation coins. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 3.9 billion coins, while the Denver Mint struck approximately 1.4 billion. While these numbers suggest that most coins are common, rarity is created by die variations, mint errors, and selective survival of high-quality specimens. One of the most notable aspects of 1974 pennies is the double die obverse, DDO, particularly among Philadelphia minted examples. This doubling often affects the date, the word liberty, or I in God we trust, producing a striking visual effect that immediately captures the attention of collectors and dealers alike. Errors continue to be a major draw for 1974 pennies. Repunched mint marks, especially the Denver D, create a layered impression that can dramatically increase a coin's value. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and lamination errors are also present in limited numbers, offering collectors a wide variety of intriguing specimens. These anomalies are more than manufacturing defects. They are tangible evidence of the minting process, reflecting both the mechanical limitations and the human oversight inherent in producing billions of coins. Condition and grade are critical to market value. Circulated 1974 pennies in fine condition may be worth only a few dollars above face, while uncirculated mint state examples, graded MS, 63 or higher, can reach $20 to $50. Coins with notable doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or other rare errors can command prices well into the hundreds or more, depending on the clarity of the error, strike quality, and surface condition. Naturally toned examples, where the copper retains a vibrant red or reddish-brown hue, are particularly sought after, as the color enhances both aesthetic appeal and collector interest. Collector interest in the 1974 Lincoln penny is multifaceted. Beyond value, enthusiasts are drawn to the subtlety of its varieties, the mint's production history, and the coin's historical context. The early to mid-1970s were a time of economic change, with inflation beginning to affect daily life and coinage production facing increasing demand. Collectors see the 1974 penny not just as currency, but as a snapshot of this period in American history, a tangible connection to everyday life decades ago. The 1974 penny also plays a key role in registry set collecting. Serious collectors aim to obtain complete sets with both Philadelphia and Denver issues, and to capture every known error type or die variety. This approach not only documents the production history of the series, but also creates a collection with both monetary and historical significance. Coins that display attractive eye appeal, sharp strikes, and natural toning are the most prized in these collections. Market trends for 1974 pennies remain strong among collectors who specialize in Lincoln cents. Doubled die varieties, repunched mint marks, and other errors regularly appear in auction listings, coin shows, and online marketplaces, often attracting competitive bidding. Even common coins in high-grade condition can exceed standard expectations, highlighting the continuing demand for well-preserved mid-20th century Lincoln cents. The 1974 Lincoln penny, though modest in face value, exemplifies the broader appeal of numismatics, the ability of a small coin to carry immense historical, aesthetic, and collectible significance. Each penny tells a story, from the dignified obverse portrait of Lincoln to the intricate depiction of the memorial on the reverse, from the subtle variations in striking to the chance occurrences of mint errors. For collectors, these coins are more than currency. They are pieces of history, artifacts of minting craftsmanship, and small treasures that connect the present to the past. Holding a 1974 Lincoln penny, especially a rare variety or well-preserved example, is to hold a tangible piece of mid-20th century American history. It is a coin that bridges generations, linking the legacy of Abraham Lincoln to modern numismatic practice. Its enduring design, combined with the subtle rarities and errors that can exist even in coins with enormous original mintage, ensures that the 1974 penny remains a coveted item for collectors of all levels. In conclusion, the 1974 Lincoln penny is far more than a 1-cent piece. It is a snapshot of American history, a symbol of the enduring Lincoln cent series, and a canvas for collectors to explore the complexities of minting, errors, and rarity. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist hunting for doubled dies and repunched mint marks, or a casual collector appreciating its historical and aesthetic value, the 1974 Lincoln penny offers a rich, multifaceted story that continues to captivate and reward those who study it closely.